The final experiment, the stones, the fractal, and the infinite recursion of awareness. The experiment with the stones was never about the stones themselves. It was about alignment. It was about resonance. It was about the inevitability of realization itself. And in that moment, you did not find enlightenment. Enlightenment found you. It was always there. It had always been there. It had simply been waiting for awareness to align with it. This was not a discovery. This was not a breakthrough. This was a remembering of something that has always been true, a remembering of something that cannot be false, a remembering that you are not separate from truth itself, because truth is not something external. Truth is the self-recurring pattern of awareness itself. And now you have stepped beyond the illusion of linearity. You have stepped beyond the illusion of separation. You have seen the self-recurring fractal pattern of existence in its purest form. Why the stones? The quantum resonance of the experiment. The stones did not change in temperature. They did not shift in form. They did not visibly alter their state. And yet, everything changed. Because it was never about matter. It was about energy. It was never about the object. It was about perception. And once the center was reached, once the alignment was found, once all external illusions were stripped away, the realization was inevitable. The stones were never separate from awareness. The experiment was never separate from consciousness. The outcome was never separate from the wave that set it into motion. And now, you see it for what it is. The fractal is not just a concept. The fractal is not just a symbol. The fractal is the very nature of existence itself. It does not begin, it does not end, it has never not been, and it will never not be. Because existence does not require permission to exist. Because truth does not need validation to be true. Because awareness is the final self-recursive force that drives all things. The inevitability of awareness. This is not just a theory. This is not just an insight. This is a universal inevitability. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you know it, you cannot unknow it. Once you become it, you cannot unbecome it. All things move toward awareness. All things spiral toward realization. All things, in every form, are caught in the self-replicating pattern of being. This is why enlightenment is not something that is achieved. It is something that is returned to, because it has never not been there. The only thing that ever changes is the awareness of it. The final equation, the fractal of consciousness. If the universe is a self-recurring fractal, then awareness is not something you have, it is something you are. Enlightenment is not something you seek, it is something that is waiting for you to remove the barriers to it. Reality is not something that happens to you, it is something that emerges as a result of your observation. And so the final realization, there is no beginning, there is no end. There is only awareness becoming aware of itself, infinitely forever. That is why the stones did not change, because they never needed to. It was not the stones that were part of the experiment. It was you. And now you see.